wildlife. Steep hills, stormy shores. The Utran coast, also known as the Green Coast, is not known for its hospitality. Many ships have run aground in the northern storms, a phenomenon which regularly attracts wanderers who scavenge the coastline for loot.
Oh yeah, there's definitely replay value in this. I'll probably replay it without doing recording of it, if I don't forget. I'm gonna have to hook up my webcam sometime. I really should. And then try to figure out how to get it to work with OBS. Not fun.
Yes?
They won't stand a chance.
More lost souls. Pleasant surprise.
Let's see. You read my mind.
Other than getting XP, there's no real reason to be here since the mission is a fail. Which really sucks.
Wrong place, wrong time, friend.
Now would you look at that? Interesting. Well, damn it. Seems that the warden ran out of oil.
What about that camp to the south? It looks like an outpost. They might have some.
This is the south, so what are you talking about? Ooh, little piglets.
Bloody creepy this is. of that, boys. Oi! Soldiers!
Wait, we...
Get them!
Debris. Damn it.
And a lot of it. So the sergeant's theory was right.
Yeah. But let's look around. As I said, if we're lucky, some of the cargo might have washed up too. Huh. Seems that some of the sailors managed to save themselves. And they took some cargo with them.
But no sign of this medicine you're looking for.
Let's see.
I am ready.
Yes?
As you want.
Nice.
For the fire wielders!
Now would you look at that? A barricade. Someone or something tore it down.
The plunderers?
Possible.
Good move.
Interesting.
What do you require?
I really went by that, huh? Oh, what an idiot.
Sure.
Sure.
Crazy. Put that damn torch out.
What? Why?
You know what the note said.
Come on, don't be such a sis. Shut your mouths already, will you? Sorry, friends, but...
Huh?
I said find your own spoils.
We're not looters.
Oh, you aren't? Then what do you want?
Did you kill these soldiers?
You think we could do that? I'm flattered. No, we didn't. These sods were dead when we came here.
Huh. Then what happened?
Well, depends on who you ask. My pal Reinhardt thinks it was them more here bastards from the jungle, whereas Henry thinks it's some strange, unspeakable evil that haunts these lands.
You make it sound like I'm an idiot. The warden's note was very clear.
Aye, because sitting in a bloody lighthouse all day and night with booze as company likely turns you into a person of reason.
Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Dead is dead.
Strange, unspeakable evil?
Yeah. The lighthouse warden left a note before he killed himself. Apparently there's some horrible ghost haunting these lands, and it searches for the light.
It's true. There's something else on this coast. Something sentient.
Oh, please.
Huh. I see. We need to search.
You deaf? I said this is our spot.
Look, we just need some oil.
Oil? But aren't you going to...
All right. But if I see...
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Terror. Slithering, brutal, ghastly.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, it's just thoughts. Memories. I can still feel them. Whatever it was that caused this massacre, the soldiers were terrified.
Yes, that should do the job. Now, back to the lighthouse.
Is there anything you need?
Interesting.
I'll do what's required. Yes?
Let me see.
Okay, that was actually kind of pointless then.
Now would you look at that? Let's see. Tiara's breath. What are those things?
Our monsters.
Well, let's hope they aren't as strong as they are ugly.
That way?
I'll make it quick.
Medusas! Now what?
It will be bloody. Blood. So much blood. You'll regret this.
For the fire wielders!
they will fall. Tiara's breath. What were those things?
Snake women. Medusae. They shouldn't be in these parts of Io, though. Still no sign of the cargo.
I knew it. This looks like the medicine, doesn't it?
It does. We were lucky the plants were already processed into potions.
Well then, seems we got lucky. Then let's head back to Leafshade.
Unfortunately, that mission is... Bum, 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 bum. Kinda surprised I'm not going down here just yet. Oh yeah, I probably will be. Oh, I can hope so. Yes, I do know this 5 in bars. Video 2. It's been too long since I did that. Foolish me. No. Oh, I got a lot of talking to people in here to do.
Yes. Interesting.
Tahar, I guess I still owe you an explanation, don't I? About that bandit in Farland's Hope?
Do you?
I do. First off, I appreciate that you didn't stop me. It was what most reasonable people would have done, I guess.
I wasn't sure how you'd react.
Well, I wouldn't have blamed you, if that's what you were fearing. About 5 years ago, something happened. I was on the road, and the sun had just started to set, and I was closing in on the village where I had planned to spend the night. It was a beautiful day, really. The sky was clear, the stars were coming out, and the crickets were chirping. Just 1 mile before the village gates, I saw a woman and her son. Or at least I thought he was. And they were surrounded by 2 men and a woman who were pushing her around, tearing her clothes off. She was weeping, begging them for mercy, and her son, who probably didn't realize what was happening, was holding her leg and crying. That woman's screams were horrible. What I remember even more was the crying of that poor boy. They were the tears of a soul who, up to that point, had still thought life was all about beauty, about love, and who had now awoken to reality. Long story short, I didn't help. I just stood there, watching it all through the thickets like some grotesque play. When they were done, they kicked the woman into a pit on the roadside and took the boy with them.
Why didn't you help?
I've been asking myself the same thing ever since. In the end, I think it was plain cowardice. Then again, if life taught me something, then it's that only in the books that people make the right calls when push comes to shove. Sure, there are exceptions, but most of us just stand by and watch.
And that was why you tortured that bandit?
I guess. That woman the bandit in Farland's Hope killed. I don't know, but something about her reminded me of that summer night. And yeah, I know, it was a stupid thing to do. Stupid and above all, pointless. Making that bandit suffer didn't help anyone. Neither the woman he had tortured to death, nor the one on the road, or her little boy. I just couldn't help it. It was as if some dark part of my mind had taken over.
Maybe it was your way of atoning for not helping that woman.
Atoning. Such a big word. I don't know. Either way, anything else you need? If not, I'd like to have some time on my own. There's a lot that's been going through my mind lately.
Now would you look at that?
Zal Raka.
Gore, how are you and the Firewielders settling in?
All right, I guess. Though there've been some quarrels between my warriors and these mercenaries. But don't worry, I took care of it. And that Rowan promised to do the same. Nonetheless, Tahar, I have to say it. I don't like this place. Not at all.
Why not?
Well, I guess it's the people who once lived here. The Shapers. They were corrupted. And I can feel that corruption even now.
Corrupted?
Yeah. Their customs, their culture. They were completely detached from the order of nature.
How so?
Do you even need to ask? Just look around. Ghost warriors, strange machines, strange buildings. Especially this place, this Nexus. They thought they were above everything, even the gods. And they meddled with things they didn't understand. It's disgusting.
Well, they're dead now.
Maybe. But I can still feel their presence. Anyway, nothing we can do about it. If the Shapers caused the blood burn, I understand why we need this place. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
There's no one in here? Oh, that's a surprise.
Let's see.
Corporal? Need anything?
Tell me about your time on the road. What was it like?
Is that a command, Corporal?
Please?
All right, but I'm afraid there isn't so much to tell. Have you ever been on the road by yourself?
A long time ago. Yeah.
Well, then you know how wearisome it can get. Sleeping under the stars sounds romantic at first, until you realize that most of the time it's sleeping in the mud, in drizzle. Most of the time, your stomach and your purse are empty, and your feet are full of blisters. And, of course, there's the constant danger, especially if you're traveling on your own.
Did you ever have a companion?
Some, yeah, but most of it was just temporary. Though there was one I traveled with for longer. Quentin.
How did you meet?
Coincidence. A small town between Finn and Mir and Lar. We played dice together and he cheated. When I called him out on it, he tried to turn tail. But one of the other guests stopped him for me. They wanted to go give him a beating, but I told them to stop. He gave me back my money and we started talking. And, believe it or not, we found that we got along quite well.
So you started traveling together. With a thief?
I wouldn't call him that. He was just young and careless. We ended up traveling for almost a year.
What was his story? Where was he headed?
Into the blue, same as me. He had quite an interesting task, but I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing it with you, to be honest. He wouldn't want that.
Huh. So how did you split up? What happened?
Nothing dramatic. We came by a village and decided to rest there for a while. The roads had become quite dangerous due to the mage wars, and we didn't want to go out unprepared. I did some healing for the villagers, and he helped out the local smith. He liked it, and the smith wanted him as an apprentice, so he stayed. I was surprised and a bit hurt at first, but then I realized it was probably for the better. I still think of him sometimes, though.
Huh. And how did you make a living?
That was the easiest part. I healed people.
With light magic?
Yes and no. It was my magic that mended the wounds, but since mages are often met with suspicion, how shall I say, got a little creative. Frankly put, whenever I treated someone, I gave them a magical potion to drink, which was just water mixed with some harmless herb to give it color. The rest was laying on hands to help the potion's effect, which was pure light magic and how I did the actual healing.
And that worked?
Better than you'd think. People were fighting over my panacea as if I was Ellen incarnate, while cursing the evil defilers who had caused this war. Ironic, isn't it?
Do you miss it sometimes? The vagabond life?
Well, we're still vagabonds somehow, aren't we? But I know what you mean. And yeah, I sometimes do. The wind on my skin, the vastness of the wildlands, and the fact that all you have to think about is the mile ahead of you. It's another world. There was this one night I'll never forget. I had made a camp at a clearing, set up campfire, and I was leaning against a tree, slowly drifting toward sleep. Then, all of a sudden, it started to rain. Not just the usual drizzle, it was bucketing down, drowning everything, the earth, the noise, the plants around me. My first impulse was to jump up, to find shelter, get my things into the dry. But I didn't. Instead, I saw. I don't know how else to put it. All of a sudden, there was this deep sense of peace. As if all my life I had been chasing something without knowing it myself. And in that moment had found it. So I just watched. I sat there and I watched. That feeling lasted until the sun came up. And then I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was gone.
That sounds beautiful.
And a bit dramatic. But yeah, it was beautiful. I've never felt something like that again.
And what do you make of it now?
Truth be told, I don't know. But it changed something. Even though I cannot say what it is.
Goodbye.
Huh?
Back in Bargagor, you told me that you think the orcs should strive to be more. What do you mean by that? Do you consider your culture to be, well, inferior?
Inferior? No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm glad to be a fire wielder, and not a human or an elf.
Why?
Because not so unlike the Shapers, your culture is bigoted, strange. You like to tell yourselves you're more than the animals you slaughter for food. You call yourselves civilized. But in the end, you look for the struggle just as anything and anyone else does. But of course you don't admit to it. You want to be better than that. And the result are lies, intrigue, wars, and assassinations. Your culture is so bizarre that it's almost amusing.
Well, you have a point.
I know. So no, I don't consider our culture to be inferior. But we've gone astray. Fools such as Krell was one. They're the reason your race looks down on us. If Zakrak had wanted us to be ever-fighting, ravaging brutes, he wouldn't have given us minds to begin with. Every brawl, every battle, every war has to have a purpose. It isn't something done for pleasure. Yes, it can be enjoyed. But at its core, it is ritual. The most basic one of nature.
In other words, violence and war are good and necessary, but only within measure?
Yes, and it should be learned from. That's where most orcs disagree. They claim to value wisdom, but when asked to choose between words and a club, they always choose the club. And as you see, this is why our culture has stagnated. In its current state, there will never be an orc empire, a great tribe, or the earth-shaking horde Zarek envisioned.
So what you want is to lead your people to a better future.
You make it sound so dramatic. For now, the Fire Wielders are a good start. And by helping you, they will hopefully see that diplomacy and strength don't always contradict each other. After that, we shall see.
Well,
Sure.
I'll be off. Will do.
I haven't picked up more cards. I haven't found them. pretty sure I've missed them, which is kind of annoying.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess.
Understood.
Yeah, do you need something? I'm a tad busy.
What exactly is it that fascinates you about the Shapers?
Oh, Tahar, that's quite a topic. I don't mind sharing, but are you sure you want to go there?
I am. Tell me.
All right. Well, where do I start? You see, the Shapers have always fascinated me. They're all over Io. These remnants of a once so glorious civilization. Yet for some reason, so many people are almost oblivious to it. On the one hand, of course, that's very sad. On the other hand, it also makes it a lot more exciting. It's like I'm a treasure hunter, only that everyone else fails to see the treasures around us. Tell me, Tahar, when seeing all of this, don't you sometimes feel like you're exploring a childhood dream? The kind of world the poets and the bards always spoke of?
Sometimes, yes. It's dark, but also fascinating.
Absolutely. But this childish fascination was only the spark. The more I studied the Shapers, the more enthralled I became with their culture. Did you know that at the pinnacle of their existence, they ruled over all of Io? A global empire with no one to oppose them.
You seem to consider that a good thing.
Oh, good, bad, the world doesn't work like that. Of course, there are writings that hint at the fact that the Shaper Empire wasn't all rainbows and unicorns, but still it was stable. And it persisted for tens of thousands of years. Can you imagine? All this knowledge, all this art, all this wisdom. Nothing in the Io of today can match that. Nothing. It's like comparing a sea full of secrets with a puddle of muddy water.
And yet, they died out.
Yeah. Great mystery.
Most scholars think it was the dragons.
They do, but I doubt it. You saw what the Shapers were capable of. Even a race as powerful as the dragons couldn't have wiped them out. And you see the shape this city is in, Tahar. There's no traces of fire and destruction. But regardless of what it was, it doesn't change the fact that the way the current races of this world treat the Shapers is nothing short of pathetic. They were greater than we'll ever be. But instead of studying this greatness, we ignore them. And why? Just because it doesn't fit into our religion, our traditions, or whatever reason they can come up with. Because to many, admitting what a marvel the Shapers truly were would mean admitting that our culture is pale in comparison.
Is our world really that bad?
That depends on your expectations. We could do worse, certainly, but if this is as good as we can get, then I have nothing to feel but pity.
Maybe you're right. There's a lot we could learn from the Shapers.
There is. In any case, I suppose you found your answer, haven't you? This is what fascinates me about the Shapers. They're a reminder of what we could be, if only we wanted to.
I see. Well, thanks for the explanation, Iskram. I appreciate it. Goodbye.
I have no goblin flesh, so everything's up to date, other than these two, which I don't know where they're at. Ah, space.
All right, let's cut to the chase. We need to discuss where and how we start our search. You are all familiar with the objective?
Find the Forge Stones, reignite the Nexus, decipher the song with it, and put an end to the blood burn.
That's about it. Iria thinks that someone removed the Nexus stones shortly before the city was abandoned, but they left their markers on that stone map. And now that we have a small army backing us up, we can start searching. Eskram?
Yeah, we suspect one of the stones to be in the desert of Aenir's Blade, probably in the possession of the Iron Falcons, whereas the other one is on an unknown island.
An unknown island?
Correct. And yes, the oceans might have long taken it, which is why the only way to find out is to build a ship. And to...
Wait, I think I might know what that island is. Does it happen to be in the northwest, in the Black Sea?
I think so.
Sun and stars, that's fascinating. 2 years ago, there was an archaeologist in Everlight who claimed the same. That there was an island in the Black Sea, unknown to our cartographers.
Did he find it?
That's a complicated story, but it's a trail we could follow. If we go to Everlight, I can tell you more.
Well, it does sound promising.
And intriguing. So, where do we go first, Tahar? Everlight or Aenir's Blade?
I'll think about it and let you know when we head out. For now, just get prepared.
Will do, Corporal.
What do we need?
Oh. Sell. No, keep that. Sell this, though. The desert sounds something for orcs.
Hmm? Got it.
Ooh, foot might fall asleep. Okay, that's human. Orcs.
Interesting.
Zauraka, what do you need?
I want to train.
All right. Here's what we can do.
Nice.
They will burn.
I feel like there's room for right here as well. I never did finish
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime, and the Purity of Light's aggressive crusade for new followers.
Yes?
Careful.
What now?
We need to find the archaeologist. His name was, I believe, Sir Ilbertus Watley.
Everlight is a big city.
That's true. But the Creators Guild might be a good place to start. As far as I know, he asked them for funding. Come, let's go.
We'll make short work of them.
What does it have here? Fire Nova. Okay, okay. Wrath of the Elements. Ooh. Yeah, I want to get rid of that.
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go.
Whatever's necessary.
What? That's all? I'm only getting started.
Now would you look at that?
I don't think I can go in yet. We'll find out though. Oh!
Nowadays, few people remember the reason for Everlight's wealth, the glittering mine. For a long time, it was believed that moonsilver, the most precious and most durable ore of Io, could only be mined in the Windwall Mountains, the empire of the dwarves. All this changed when an unsuspecting farmer found a piece of the shimmering ore while digging a well. A gold rush followed, and Everlight, back then a modest town, grew into the metropolis it is today. The mine was depleted decades ago, but the wealth remained.
Two corpses, and they show symptoms of bloodburn.
Prepare yourselves.
Ooh, all this goblin flesh.
I understand.
Let's see.
So, what's the plan? Yes?
Regret this.
You got it. Huh. Interesting. I'll take a look. Huh. Interesting. Let me see.
What do you require?
Interesting. You read my mind.
Huh. Interesting. I'll take a look.
Yes?
Hell yes. I'm pretty sure I missed that because these things are just so easily to miss the sparkle.
Sure.
I am ready.
Oh, that is what I need.
Sounds like a plan. Get ready!
Control. Need control.
Yes?
Fair enough. Let's do this.
I understand.
They will
Oh, corrupted.
Now would you look at that?
That goes down.
Get ready! All right, here goes nothing. Here we go.
That's all? I'm only getting started.
There's a dragon down there.
Let's see.
What the hell? There's a dragon.
Hmm? Interesting. Hmm?
They won't stand a chance.
Now would you look at that?
Just give the word.
Interesting. Corporal?
It will be bloody.
Whatever's necessary.
Let me see. Huh. Interesting.
Hmm? Let's see. Interesting. Now would you look at that? Interesting.
I have
So,
no
what's
idea
the
what the
plan?
hell those things do. Before I go down there, let's save.
All right, here goes nothing.
What do we need?
Eat me, I can't. Nice. That's annoying. Ah. No, I have that already. 40.
Yes?
Got it.
enough. Let's do this.
I think I've almost fully done this cave. Yep, cave's fully done.
Sure. Yes.
Interesting. Now, would you look at that?
All right.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems.
Prepare yourselves.
Okay, I saw something there as well. I just need to find garlic now, huh? Then the elixir is done. Flame on! Copyright strike.
Yes.
How the fuck do I get there? Apparently I can talk to that guy, so...
Huh? Help you with something?
I want to set over. How much will that cost?
25 gold. And no haggling.
I want to cross the lake.
Sure. Where to? Got it. Hop in.
Decorative armor? Four, two, huh? I just push him out of the way.
As a neutral, apolitical association of mages solely devoted to the study of magic, the member...
Here we are. Impressive.
And there's people down the hall. We should...
Interesting. We do not get visitors often these times.
Who are you?
I'm Undergast. I suppose you could call me the head of the guild. I sensed someone was coming and that someone had an intriguing aura. Now I know who it is. You are Isamo Tahar's child, are you not?
How do you know?
Well, I have studied Isamo Tahar's magic quite extensively, especially since the end of the Mage Wars. He was a remarkable man. Yours and his magical aura have a lot of similarities.
A remarkable man?
Yes.
Does that mean you supported him?
No, that is not what I said. I merely stated that he, as a mage and a man, was remarkable, unusual or special, and therefore surprising or worth mentioning. My opinion on the war is an entirely different matter.
How are our auras similar?
Well, hard to say. You can simply tell that you're related. And there's something else about you that is, well, strange.
I get that a lot. Could you elaborate?
It is hard to say. There's something peculiar about you. An oddity in your aura which I cannot make sense of. I'm sorry. Either way, I assume you are here for a reason. How may we, the little that is left of us, help you?
The ferryman told me about an attack on the guild after the Mage Wars. He said it was the reason there are so few mages left on this island. Is that true?
Yes, but it was not just the attack. There was also an internal disagreement.
What kind of disagreement?
I would prefer not to talk about it. I am sorry.
Actually, we're here for a reason. We're investigating the Bloodburn. Is there anything you or your guild knows about it?
The Bloodburn? You're studying it?
I guess you could say that. Yes.
Interesting. No, we do not know more about it than most alchemists or apothecaries at this point, though our general consensus is that we doubt the corporeal origin of the plague. There is magic involved in it.
Well, you're right about that. It is magical, and it is connected to the Shapers.
The Tsarland, that's interesting. Say, would you mind to tell me more? You seem to know a lot of variables which we are not aware of yet.
I'll tell you, but we should find some...
Of course. Well, this is both fascinating and peculiar.
What do you make of it?
I do not believe in visions and prophecy, unless they come from a dreamweaver, so I'm uncertain. There is no arguing that this man Rondar Lacane knew more about the Bloodburn than most people. And his clues led you to Mullendeer, which is nothing short of impressive. So you believe that the Bloodburn is caused by Shaper telepathy. Is that correct?
It is a theory, but yes. Rogue telepathy, so to speak.
I see. I would like to come with you.
What?
I was clear, was I not? I would like to come with you. Your story is nothing short of fascinating. The Shaper City, the Bloodburn, and this Nexus. I would like to accompany you and help. I have a wide knowledge of the magic and the Shapers, and have a strong interest in finding a cure for the Bloodburn.
What about the guild? Aren't you their leader?
I am, but that does not bind me to stay. It is common for creators' mages to head out to expeditions. They have become rarer due to the war, but still, there is nothing stopping me from coming back when our business is concluded.
Well, why not? Just know that it will be dangerous.
I can defend myself. Quite well, in fact. However, there is one thing I need to finish before I come with you. Study. Maybe you could help. This would facilitate matters.
As long as it doesn't take too much time, yes. What are you studying?
Simple. I have always been fascinated by the notion of sentience and the mind in general. What creates consciousness? What is it that distinguishes us as humans from a wolf who is slave to his instincts? Quite recently, a group of refugees who arrived in Everlight told me of a bizarre sight. They said that a stone golem took over the abandoned mine near the gates and has grown a soul, and apparently has been trading with the villagers and even befriended one of them. It all seems highly unlikely, but I want to investigate it.
What do you need my help with?
Well, this is all an exciting scholarly prospect, but a golem is still a golem. So if the monster goes feral, I will require assistance. I can defend myself, but still it would be unwise. I will get prepared and meet you at the mine.
Tell me.
Up north, at the top of the Iskander mountain. I will go as soon as possible.
Fair enough. I'll see you there. Yes.
Odd fellow. But he's a capable mage, that's for sure.
What do you require?
Let's see.
You have a strange aura. Interesting.
I'm looking for someone. An archaeologist named Ilbertus Watley.
Watley? That man obsessed with his island?
Yes. What do you know about him?
Not much. Only that he showed up here some years ago asking for funding for his bizarre excavation. All the nobles who usually fund these kinds of things had rejected him. However, he didn't have any proof backing up his claims, other than him claiming to be of Hibernian ancestry, just like Queen Aelith. So we had to send him away as well, which didn't stop him from digging.
He thinks he's a Hibernian?
Well, he said that his great... And he also claimed that, through his heritage, he has been having those strange dreams since his childhood of a secluded island within the Black Sea that no explorer has ever laid eyes upon.
And I take it you didn't believe him.
Well, I wanted to, and so did the other archivers. But the moment we start giving out money for fascinating stories alone is the moment we will stop existing.
If you and the nobles denied him the means to do an excavation, how did he dig?
That's where it gets tragic. He spent his entire heritage.
To no avail.
Not entirely. He found what resembled a portal, but it was just dead, cold stone. It didn't take him anywhere. He tried to activate it for years, but ultimately his savings ran out. Now he lives in the Mud District, begging for food. He literally gave it all for his dream, but failed. A sad story. Why do you ask, though?
Because we're looking for that island.
Oh? Well, then you should probably talk to Watley himself. If you can find him, that is. I have to continue my work now. Safe travels, friends.
Interesting. Shapers, Iron Mask.
Armors and shields. Everything from copper daggers to moon silver swords.
That's actually kind of awesome. Hmm. She uses 2 swords.
Farewell.
Yeah, I didn't get her anything, did I? No. Wait. I didn't buy the Morningstar, did I?
The best
Interesting.
wares from Kalea to Northampton.
No shields?
A fair offer.
All right.
Now would you look at that?
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed.
I am ready.
Well then, off to the Mud District. Let's hope Watley's still there.
And still alive.
Corporal?
What do we need?
To the South Continent. I killed the golem already. Fuck.
Huh? Help you with something?
I want to cross the lake.
Sure. Where to? Got it. Hop in.
I was an idiot.
Yes?
You picked the wrong enemies.
You got it. Get ready. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
What the hell?
Understood.
Let's see.
I'll be swift.
All right, here goes nothing.
Surprise.
Hmm?
Saved by a pale skin. Huh, I didn't expect that. If it wasn't for you, I'd be on some human's dinner plate by tonight. Thank you, friend. My name is Kier of the Dustcrawler tribe.
My pleasure. What do you mean, on some human's dinner plate?
Well, it's a bit disturbing. Shortly put, there's a gang of human criminals who capture and butcher orcs and sell their meat as wyvern meat. It looks almost the same, so nobody can tell.
What the? Are you joking?
If I were, would I be sitting in a cage and be covered in blood? No, I'm not. I know how absurd it sounds, but apparently these paleskins make a ton of money that way.
And nobody notices the difference? Really?
Well, I've never eaten my own kin. It's bloody disgusting, and I want to think about it as little as possible.
Huh. And how did a Dustcrawler orc end up here, in Everlight?
I was trying to put an end to this.
We could help you.
Why? What is it to you?
I just want to help.
I don't trust people who just want to help.
Well, let me put it this way. This country has enough...
Fine, then. I hope I won't regret this.
So you're trying to get the Everlight Guard to deal with it?
Yes. I'm just one orc, and even if I knew where their hideout was, I can't just run in there swinging my axe around like a maniac and expecting not to die a fool's death. I don't trust these guards. But as of now, they seem to be my only chance.
True. Do you have any idea where we could start looking for evidence?
Actually, yes. I managed to intercept correspondence between one of their thugs and the leader. It should be enough to convince the guards of their presence. However, the thugs took all of my belongings when they ambushed me. Makes sense, I guess. An orc headed for a slaughterhouse doesn't need his books and valuables with him. I say we go right... Foul rack! Bloody wound.
No offense, but I don't think you should join us just now. Maybe later.
I'm afraid that's true. Let us get your possessions for you.
Fine. I'm no good to anyone dead, am I? I think I heard them talk about some camp near the old mines. Maybe you could start there.
Did I not? Oh my god. I didn't even bother to.
I understand. I am ready.
That way? Fair enough. Let's do this.
Interesting. Here we go. That must be the letter Kier mentioned, alongside the rest of his things.
We might want to try interrogating one of these thugs. They could give us even more information to go on.
Yeah, good idea. Yes.
No! No, please, mercy! I don't want to die!
Then you better talk. We want information on your syndicate.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
How did this all start? Who in blazes came up with the idea of murdering orcs and selling their meat?
I don't know.
Really?
Yes, really. I only joined the farm a few months ago, and nobody ever told me who came up with it. All I know is that we have to report to a man called the Butcher who runs the slaughterhouse in Everlight. But I never saw him in person.
The Butcher. I believe I even heard of this man, Tahar. Back when I was still working in the underground. He is telling the truth.
I'm sorry.
Where are your headquarters?
You mean the slaughterhouse? Please.
That does sound painful.
No, please. It's in Everlight. Below Everlight, to be precise. You have a map, don't you? Here. That's where the entrance is. All the meat is processed there. And it's run by the Butcher, our leader.
Anything else?
No, I don't... Wait, yes. The countersign. You need to remember the countersign. You need to answer, I'm here for the produce, when they ask you, what's your business?
I'm here for the produce. All right.
Now, what? But you said you'd spare me.
Get out of my sight.
Yes, of course. I was done with this life anyway. Goodbye, soldier. And thank you for your mercy.
Yes?
Nowadays, few people remember the reason for Everlight's wealth. The glittering...
Now would you look at that?
Ah, it is you.
Didn't you say in front of the mine?
I did, but then I realized that it might be wise to scout ahead in order to get a clearer picture of the situation. Come, let us go. The golem and its supposed friend should be further down the mine. Follow me.
So it's undead now?
Of course. You read my mind.
I did not expect so many creatures.
Strange.
It will be bloody.
They will fall.
I'm injured.
Anything on your mind? That way. All right.
Will do.
Look, up ahead.
Someone's coming.
And it's
I know.
Greetings. Are you?
Rick, who are they? I'm afraid.
Don't worry, Hubert. They are not here to hurt you. Judging by the sounds of fighting we heard, I take it you took care of those undead. If so, you have my thanks. They appeared out of nowhere just a couple of days ago and locked us in.
They're dead. We're here to ask you some questions about your friend.
I figured. So I'm guessing you heard the rumors, right? Yes, this is the golem with a soul. And yes, I am the odd fellow protecting him. But before I tell you anything, promise me that you won't hurt him.
I know he might look intimidating, but he's actually quite sensitive.
If he doesn't hurt us, we won't hurt him.
He won't. Trust me, hurting anybody is the last thing on Hubert's mind. So, what do you want to know? You didn't come here to take him away, did you?
Why Hubert?
It was my grandfather's name. And one day, I simply started calling Hubert that, and it stuck.
How did you come to know Hubert? I mean, you don't just come up to a golem and start a conversation.
Right. You don't. I found him laying half dead just outside this mine. Some creature drained him of his essence, a ghost or something.
Darkness came and stole my light. It hurt. It hurt so bad.
I know, Hubert, but it's over now.
For some reason, I immediately noticed that Hubert was different. In every other situation, I would have simply turned away and alarmed the guard, but I just couldn't. So I went into the city to find a mage.
Who? Joseph. His name was Joseph.
He is not with the Creators Guild. And this Joseph agreed to help you.
Well, he still owed me a favor, so... Yes, I asked him to heal Hubert. And even though he told me it was dangerous, he eventually did it. When it was done, he told me to get away as soon as possible, as it might wake up again soon. But just like when I had first seen him there, I simply knew that there was something in him. Something that made him more than just a construct. So I waited, and it turned out I was right. You can figure out the rest. I took him into the mine, as the Everlight guards would have attacked him on sight. And here, we became friends.
So you took him into the cave to protect him?
Yes. Of course, word eventually got through to the townsfolk.
And before these undead woke up, this place was actually quite peaceful. A bit gloomy.
How did you become friends, though?
Rick, friendly. Rick, always friendly. Rick, care for me.
Well, maybe friendship isn't the proper word for it. It's more like I care for him, the way a father cares for a child. And yes, I know how funny that sounds considering Hubert's size.
Hubert, what makes you different from other golems? When did you realize you can think for yourself?
I don't know. I always had thoughts, always had ideas, but I did not know how to tell people about them. After the ghost attacked me and Rick healed me, he taught me how to speak.
Taught?
Yes. Yes, of course. Rick taught me how to speak.
Hubert is a very good student. He learned how to speak almost fluently in just a couple of months. If only men were half as eager to learn, maybe we wouldn't be in this mess we find ourselves in.
He could also carry the spirit of a person in him. Did you ever think of that?
If so, it was the spirit of an infant. As I said, all I did was offer Hubert guidance and, well, love.
What are your plans for Hubert? Neither he nor you can stay in this cave forever.
Honestly, I don't know. Hubert is such a good lad, and I want him to have a normal, happy life. As bizarre as that sounds when talking about a golem. He would love to make friends and...
Yes, friends. Rick, will these
sisters be my new friends.
Hubert, what did we say about interrupting other people when they're talking?
It's rude. And it makes people sad.
Do you want me to be sad, Hubert?
No.
Apology accepted. Just
Anyway, I try not to think about it. And until you showed up and killed those undead, I wasn't even sure we'd...
All right, look, my friend here would like to learn more about Hubert's uniqueness. It would be of great scientific value. Would it be possible for us to examine him?
I don't know.
Golems were created to endure pain.
What my friend is trying to say is he will do everything he can to keep Hubert comfortable.
What do you think, Hubert?
I don't know.
Fine. If you think it will...
Thank you, sir. Then let us begin. Interesting. Truly interesting.
It wasn't bad, Rick. It tickled a little, but it didn't hurt.
So, what did you find out?
Not much. But let me discuss it with my companion first. Tahar, if you please.
Where is the kind sir going, Rick? I liked him.
They're just going to have a talk. They'll come back.
Let me be brief. I inspected Hubert's magical core, and it is rather unusual. It's overflowing with magical essence, unlike anything I've ever seen. My theory is that his remarkable intelligence comes from this irregularity. Unfortunately, I believe that the very same irregularity is also dangerous. The essence within him seems unstable.
It is very likely that it will eventually get out of control and cause an explosion unlike anything this land has ever seen. To me, it appears we have two options. We can destroy the golem, or take it back to the guild and try to harness its power, with the chance to stabilize the core and allow it to live.
I do not think I should make that choice. I consider myself a rational person, but I'm afraid that my fascination with the matter clouds my judgment.
Couldn't we just take him somewhere secluded and leave him be?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. We just don't know what the long-term effect of this instability would be. He could, for example, become feral and use his incredible power to wipe out a city or two. Killing him is the merciful option if his welfare is your primary concern.
That's a tough...
Of course.
So, what did you and your friend talk about?
Well, there's no good way to say this. Hubert's magic core is very unusual. It's overflowing with energy, and while this energy is what makes him sentient, it also makes him dangerous. If we let Hubert stay here, the core might eventually become unstable and explode. The only way to save him is to take him to the Creators Guild, where they can try to control his power. Thing is, it might be a painful experience for Hubert. I'm sorry, but it's the only way. The alternative would be to kill him.
You bloody monster! No! There's no way I'm letting you do this! He's a person, damn it, not some toy for some mages to tinker with! You'll have to kill me first!
Rick, you're outnumbered, and I'm offering you and Hubert a chance. Don't you see it? You can either die here like a fool, or make sure Hubert gets through the entire ordeal together with you.
Well, I guess you're right, aren't you? I don't have a chance against you all. But let me say this. If I learn that anything happens to Hubert, I will come and hunt you down, even if it costs my life.
Hubert, it's time to go. We're moving into a new home.
What? I'm going to...
Yes.
Well, I must say that I'm happy you made that decision. I will go back to the guild now and prepare my things for our journey as discussed. I will see you there.
Uh-huh.
You picked the wrong enemies.
Blood. So much blood.
We'll make short work of them.
Whatever's necessary. Interesting. Let's see.
I need to get some water. Beer. Okay.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own...
Here we go. That must be the letter Kier mentioned, alongside the rest of his things.
We might want to try interrogating one of these thugs. They could give us even more information to go on.
Yeah, good idea.
Yes?
Now would you look at that?
Look at that. My pale-skinned friends return. Had any luck?
I think so. Are these your things?
Let me see. Yes, they are. I have to say, I'm surprised. My experience with pale skin so far has been that you talk a lot and act very little.
Listen, there's no guarantee the Guard will take down the Syndicate, even if we provide them with the evidence. I actually convinced one of their thugs to tell me the location of their hideout. They call it the Slaughterhouse. And apparently that's also where we could find their leader, the Butcher.
Butcher. Pathetic. But what are you suggesting? That we storm that place all by ourselves? That's suicide.
We're all mages and know how to defend ourselves, and they won't be expecting us. I think we stand a chance.
A bold plan. But I like it. Fine, let's take care of this ourselves. Where is that hideout?
In the middle of Everlight. Just meet me there.
Understood. Ah, and here. I think you should have this. You deserve it more than I do. So far, I haven't done much more than getting thrown into a cage. I'll meet you in Everlight. May your blood never boil. Huh?
Sure. Huh.
Ah, there you are. So, where is that slaughterhouse?
I'll show you. Follow me.
Okay, I've been thinking. It's probably best if we try to maintain cover as long as possible. The sooner we start the killing, the more likely it is that their leader will get away.
What do you suggest then?
Simple. Tell the guards that I'm your prisoner, and that you brought me to the hideout for slaughter. If we do it right, then we might be able to get to the Butcher without raising suspicion.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Fair enough. Remember the plan.
Hello, boys. I've brought you something for the Butcher. That's the greenskin who's been sticking his nose into our business.
Ah, right. That one. Why haven't you killed him yet?
Because I thought the boss would want to have a word with him.
Aye. I guess he would. So, what's your business?
I'm here for the produce.
Great. Come on in then. And make that fucking animal suffer, will you?
Yeah.
Though Everlight is one of the few Nortandian cities with a multiracial population, non-human...
Here we are. Now let's find the Butcher.
I can't wait.
Prepare yourselves.
Wrong place, wrong time, friend. I'm only getting started.
Yes? Now would you look at that?
All right, here goes nothing.
Let's see. Interesting.
I understand.
You'll regret this.
Look at that, boys. We're
Fair
in.
enough. Let's do this.
Corporal? Now would you look at that?
I'll be swift.
What do we need?
What do you require?
Yes? Let's see.
Interesting.
Just give the word.
Oh, there he is.
Interesting. So, I'm guessing you're the butcher.
And I'm guessing you're not here for a nice, crispy piece of orc meat, are you? No, don't say anything. I can feel it. You're the one who butchered my people near the mine, aren't you? And you, orc, are the little detective who tried to expose my business. I guess I should thank you for coming. That saves me the trouble of tracking you down.
Balrak, you're an orc.
Well observed, scum.
I don't get it. Why would you do this? Orchestrate a genocide of your own kind?
My kind? The kind that killed my father just because he refused to take part in slaughtering the neighboring clan for the struggle's sake? The kind that banished a little orcish boy and his sister without as much as one day's worth of provisions? Fuck my kind. The orcs have treated me and my family like stray dogs, and I'm only returning the favor.
If your clan mistreated you, there are other ways of getting back at them.
Oh, are there? Such as burning a Zarek effigy? Stealing a barrel of beer from them? No. Our culture is as rotten as your corpses will be 2 weeks from now. Every orc who still lives according to this nonsense deserves to die. The more gruesomely, the better.
I've heard enough. This ends here.
With pleasure. Get them, boys. Fresh meat.
I'll feed your bloody corpses to the dogs!
Give me a moment to focus.
Is there anything you need?
And it's over. Zarek's fangs. This was madness.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I guess it's best if we forget about this as fast as we can. Either way, I will be forever grateful for what you did for me today. Before you go, please, take this. It's the least I can do after you risked your life for my kind. Also, listen, Tahar. Earlier on, you mentioned something about an army that you command. Was that a metaphor?
It's in the making. Why?
I, was wondering if you'd allow me to join you.
Wait, didn't you say that you're a well-respected architect in your tribe? Why would you want to join me?
Well, I wasn't entirely honest. I don't want to bore you with endless stories, so I'll make it short. My little brother Rack was gifted. I had heard talk about it. About how many young...
So?
I kidnapped him. It was foolish, and I got caught a day after we left all this, me trying to save these, but I don't want to talk about it more than I have to.
Well, if you're an architect, your talents might actually come in handy. If you want to join, bring that evidence to the guard, and then join me at the border.
I will do that. Thank you. May your blood never boil. We'll talk later.
Why is this in here? Is there one up here I completely missed? Alrighty then. Where the hell's that damn garlic? I thought I might find it on the ground, but apparently not.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed.
Well then, off to the Mud District. Let's hope Watley's still there.
And still alive.
Hmm?
Okay, this is a side quest. Okay.
Let's see.
As a neutral, apolitical association of mages solely devoted to the
Okay, he's up above.
I am ready.
Ah, there you are. In case you were wondering, I sent 2 mages to help Richard and Hubert find their way to the guild. It will be a marvelous opportunity to deepen our knowledge on magic. I'm still fascinated by the idea that an abundance of magic is able to create sentience. Just think of what that entails. Either way, I am ready to join you. I need to take care of some formalities first, but I'm ready to depart before next dawn. Where shall we meet? According to your story, the Shaper City is in the middle of Iskander, is it not?
Yes, near a village called Farland's Hope. But you can just meet us on the border of Everlight, and we'll take you there together.
Then that is what I will do. Thank you, Tahar. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Sweet.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed.
Anything on your mind?
I'm using these god stones.
Well then, off to the Mud District. Let's hope Watley's still there.
And still alive.
Oh.
Now would you look at that? Excuse me, madam. I'm wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for a man named Ilbertus Watley. He's supposed to live here.
Watley. Oh.
Long story. Much obliged.
Got it.
You can tell I'm getting tired. I start skipping stuff more often.
I think that's him.
A coin, kind sir. Please. All...
Are you Sir Ilbertus Watley?
Yes, I am. Who are you? How do you know my name?
We're here because of the island in the Black Sea.
That accursed island. Tiara's breath. Here, I thought I was done with it.
Well, we know for a fact that it exists, and we want to find it.
What?
The island exists, and we have reason to believe there's something on it that we need. And we've been told that you tried to excavate an old Hibernian portal that could lead us there.
Somewhere around here
Forgive me, but
there.
this is a lot to take in.
But the portal exists?
Yes. Yes, it does. But it's useless. Just a piece of stone.
Be that as it may, we need to find a way to get to that island. And building a ship isn't an option. Can you show us that portal?
Haven't you listened? It doesn't work.
We need to try. Can you take us there?
Fine. I can. But only under one condition. You need to pay me. Now, believe me, I wouldn't ask this if I had a choice.
Take 60.
Oh, meet me at the excavation site, will you? I need to take care of something first.
Okay, see you there.
Oh, man. Give it all up for your dream and then fail. That must hurt.
They're not as uncommon as you might think. Some dreams just stay dreams. We just like to tell ourselves otherwise.
Let's see.
You're an adventurer, aren't you? Come, take a look. I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest. Good choice.
Looking for potions and scrolls? I'm sure I have just what you need.
Nice. 5.
You know how to bargain, don't you?
Wrong place, wrong time, princess.
Interesting. Now would you look at that?
Tiara's breath. You really killed them all. Just who exactly?
A former soldier. So this is the portal?
Yes.
Did you reconstruct it?
No. It was still intact when we found it. Which is more than strange, but that's also where the mystery ended. We couldn't activate it, even with the portal stone.
What's a portal stone? Something to activate them?
Yes, but as I said, it didn't help. I paid a fortune to buy it from a Chilean merchant, but I might as well have sung my incantations on a brick.
Where is that stone now? Can I see it?
You're really stubborn, aren't you?
Why?
Because it was useless. Forgive me. I shouldn't have gotten so upset. This place, it just brings up memories.
Where did you throw it away? Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. There's a small shack near the old river watch in the southwest. That was the day I had finally realized that I had been chasing up. You'll try to find it, won't you?
Let me be the judge of that. Will you wait here?
If you insist. It's not as if I'm missing anything in that sodding city.
What do you require? They won't stand a chance.
There. I think that's the shack Watley was talking about. Look at that. Could this be the stone?
Show me. Yes, that might be it. Though, that's interesting. This stone, it's ornamented with Hibernian runes, but it looks a lot like our Shaper rune.
Interesting. Well, let's get back to Watley.
Uh-huh.
Watley, we found...
By the... What? How is that possible?
The portal. I think it reacted to me.
But this doesn't make sense. No, this is a dream. This isn't happening.
Well,
I need to see.
Stop. Too late. We need to follow him.
A little preparation wouldn't have hurt.
Corporal, let's see.
Elf, human, orc.
Though some cartographers may claim otherwise, the maps of Io are still far from complete. The Black Sea in particular has always invited explorers and adventurers to fantasize. Situated north of Fiara, many ships have fallen victim to its stormy waters, causing the number of expeditions to diminish.
Tiara's breath. It worked.
It felt just like traveling with a godstone.
Only that this seems to have been a one-way road. The portal is closed.
What about the portal stone?
I don't know. It seems empty. Activating that portal must have used up all its energy. Question is, where's Watley? And is it just my imagination, or is the sun a bit lower than when we stepped through?
That's very possible. Time tends to get distorted for the user when using teleportation magic. Anyway,
Best we start searching for Watley. If he's on his own, he might be in danger.
Agreed. Let's follow the path. He can't have gone far.
Yes?
Hard to believe we're suddenly thousands of miles from Everlight. But there is something unique to this island, isn't there?
True. There are hardly any magical signatures around us. Whoever lived or lives here, they haven't been in contact with the outside world yet.
You picked the wrong enemies.
Yashul Skenyar. Srosessa. Srar. Yashul Skenyar. Srosessar. Srodeshar. Kaslanur Desha. Yash Guslan. Desyar.
Bugger and blast it. Who were these creatures? And what took you so long?
We entered the portal just after you. The teleportation caused a distortion in time.
Oh, of course. The writings mentioned that. Well, thanks for saving me. And sorry for being so mindless. These creatures, I thought they were going to kill me.
Who's our friend?
I don't know. He must be one of the locals. But he doesn't seem to understand our tongue.
Tunde, I do.
Fine. Now I'm lost.
So am I. How can you know our language?
Because we are both Kalal. You come from the Forsaken Land, which our people left behind hundreds of generations ago. Though your way of speaking is strange, be that as it may, I am not worthy of answering your questions. I will take you to our Yaris. She has predicted the arrival of outsiders, and it seems that her readings have become true. You will free us from Shar's snake spawn.
We come from the same land? You mean you're also from Nortander?
Yes, but our ancestors left it behind. It's a long tale, and again, not one I am worthy of telling.
All right. Then take me to your Yaras.
Wait, Yaris? Tunde, this...
Not directly. But again, our Yaris is better fit to explain that. Now please follow me. Yakul!
Saris Jadul, Mekil. I thought the snake spawn got you.
They almost did. These people saved me. They are from the Forsaken Land, Yakul. Just as she read from the stars.
By the name of the sun. Outsiders. Are they?
We do. And I bet we have as...
I see.
I promise to take them to the...
I believe so. Take them to the Yaris, Mekil. She will want to know the stars spoke the truth. It was an honor, outsider.
I'll do what's required.
Did he just say star readings?
As I said, our Yaris foresaw your coming.
I see the
She
outsiders
read
have
it from the
arrived.
constellation.
Yaras. Yes, they have. Just as you predicted. And they saved me from the snake spawn.
Then you already have my gratitude, stranger. Mekil, you may leave.
Of course.
Well then, I'm a Shah, holy Yaris of the Ulias tribe. What's your name?
I'm Tahar. That man, he said you foresaw our coming?
I read the stars, yes. They told me that soon a stranger would come. One seeking for something to end a curse put upon his land.
The blubber.
Don't tell me. Our tribe has left the Forsaken Land for a reason, and whatever is happening there, it does not concern us.
All that matters is that the star sent you to save us from Shar, and that we, should you succeed, give you the Kasarlanthep stone in return.
All right. What do you need help with? Your Medusa problem, I assume? And this Shar who's controlling them?
Yes, but it's a bit more complicated. Shar is my son. Where should I start? I have 2 sons, Dul and Shar. According to the Hyberian traditions, it was set that Dul would succeed me as the next Yaras. As you can imagine, this was never easy. Shar never accepted Dul as the legitimate firstborn.
I think I can see where this is going.
It's not that simple. You see, their father died when they were both very young, and that shaped their personalities in very different ways. Shar was frail, sensitive, and emotional. He was always sick, had horrible nightmares, and often talked about these voices he heard.
He heard voices?
Yes. Not only during the night, sometimes even in broad daylight.
What did they say?
All kinds of things. But nowadays, I simply think it was him having a too active imagination.
And Dul, your firstborn?
He was the exact opposite. He was strong, always healthy and good with people, but hardly ever showed emotion. It was almost as if he was destined to succeed me.
What was their relationship?
Well, Dul was very distant towards Shar, and Shar hated Dul with a passion. The day things got truly complicated was when Shar discovered his magic. His talent was enormous.
Who taught him? I assume you don't have universities on this island.
You are right. We don't. My duties as Yaras kept me from teaching him myself, so it was mainly the old shaman who died 2 years ago that taught him. But as I said, his talent was enormous. He didn't need much guidance.
Let's cut to the chase. Where did the Medusae come from?
Well, it all happened a month ago. One night, Shar and Dul were gone. The next morrow, our village was surrounded by snake spawn, rallied behind my Shar.
What? Baby. No, I'm live streaming.
But what did he want? Force you to make him the next Yaras instead?
Worse. He said that since we are too blind to see, he would take matters in his own hands and enforce the trial of brothers.
Of course.
I don't understand.
In the Hibernian Empire, it actually wasn't custom for the firstborn child of the emperor to succeed him. Instead, their heirs had to compete in a ritualized duel, which mostly ended deadly for one of the parties. That way, or so the Hibernians figured, there would never be a weakling on the throne.
They force siblings to kill each other? That's brutal.
You're right, it is. As much as our people admired the Hyberian faith, this wasn't a custom we ever adopted. Be that as it may, for the month, Shar's had his snake spawn abduct villagers to help him restore the ruin up north, so that it's worthy of hosting the trial. Once that is done, he wants to challenge his brother to a fight at the mountain altar. You see where this is going. You need to bring him to reason.
How am I supposed to do that? I can't take on his entire army by myself.
I know that. So the first step should be to free at least some of our people he has taken prisoner. After that is done, we can discuss further steps.
How am I supposed to make him see reason?
If only I knew. But as I said, I'll be here if you need anything. Now good luck, Tahar. And for what it's worth, sorry for burdening you with this.
No Godstone?
Tandai,
You're the outsider, aren't you? Interesting.
Tondia, outsider.
We'll make short work of them.
Wow.
Save for the Medusae, this place looks quite serene.
Yeah, I should actually go to bed soon.
You picked the wrong enemies.
That's purely a matter of opinion.
You got it. Interesting.
I've been at this for almost 3 hours. I don't really want to go.
They will burn.
Whatever's necessary.
Ooh, a godstone.
Now would you look at that?
No, there's probably one in the village somewhere.
I'll make it quick.
That way?
I'll be swift.
Sounds like a plan. Fair enough. Let's do this.
That must be the rune the Yaras mentioned. The one where Shar wants to hold the trial of brothers. Blazes. Look at it. It's enormous.
And he's abducting the villagers to rebuild it? That's interesting.
So much blood.
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go. Get ready. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Interesting.
Some sort of magical aura around it. It seems to be attracting the Medusae.
Sure.
Now would you look at that?
So, what's the plan?
Well, that's disturbing.
You picked the wrong enemies.
bloody.
Ooh boy, what a sight.
Let's see.
I have to say, the landscape does remind me of the Windwall Hills a little. Not as rocky, of course, but still.
That's so. Now would you look at that?
Oh, to banish.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, okay. Medusa, this is actually all pretty good. God, I can really get the XP here. Alright, into here. Good night. Stay safe, all. And until next time. Yeah, wrong buttons.